Good afternoon. I wanted to spend a few minutes today talking about SpeedSearch. And when I'm talking about SpeedSearch, in the upper right-hand corner of Infor CRM, you'll see there where it says SpeedSearch. And this is where we do our lookup or do a speed search on our entire database. Now, before I click on that and actually do some lookups, I wanted to talk a little bit about the configuration of SpeedSearch itself. So on the server, let me bring up my server here. On my server, there is a program called SpeedSearch Configuration Manager. In that Configuration Manager, you just need to make sure the correct database connection is chosen down in the bottom here. So if you have a couple different databases, there could be a couple different databases listed here, and you just want to make sure that the correct database is checked. The server up on the top here, you'd have your server name in there. The port defaults to 1706, and that is correct. And then it shows the speed search path here. So once that was done, you would just click on OK, and that is set up on that database. Another little piece of configuration is within the administrator program here. So I've logged into the administrator, and in the administrator, if you go up to Manage menu, you have a couple different speed search configuration menus here. So if you look at the SpeedSearch indexes, it's going to show you all of the indexes available. Now with advanced speed search, you have the option of adding additional indexes. So what does that mean? So like the attachment here is a file system index. So it's actually searching of a directory and going through that directory and searching all the different files. So that's something you could add in here, is a different directory to search when you're using your speed search, if you have the advanced speed search. Also, let me go back to that Manage menu again and look at the speed search configuration. This is where our schedules are set up for actually doing the speed search indexing. So in the schedules menu here, you'll see we have all of our different speed searches listed. All mine are green here right now, indicating that they have ran. But if you look at the schedule here, for just one of them here, if we look at that and let's edit it, it's showing you it's going to index the accounts, and this is an incremental index, and it's going to run it once every day at 12 a.m. Monday through Friday is checked up on the top here, and this is enabled. So what that means is every night it's going to do an incremental speed search to get caught up on anything that hadn't been indexed from the day before. That also means that if you add a new account, it will not be available via the speed search until that evening when the indexing runs again. So there is a little bit of a time lag when you're using speed search versus when that information got added into the database, whether it's an account or activity or an attachment, whatever that is. Just keep that in mind, that it's indexing every night at midnight. And so if you did something in the morning and try to search for it in the afternoon, it's not going to be there till you've lapsed that full 24 hours. Okay, so I will get out of there, cancel that, and let's go back to our Infor CRM window, and this is where we will look at our speed searching now. So up in the upper right hand corner here, again in the speed search, if I just click in and type in there next steps, and I can hit enter or click on the little magnifying glass there, and it brings me up all my different histories for next steps. Now if I look at advanced speed search, so if you have advanced speed search, you'd have this here. The reason it's only showing histories is that's all I have checked in here. So these are all the different areas we can look in when we're doing our speed search. So I'm going to check a bunch of them here, and then I'll click on search again. Let me do a different search. Project or prospect is already, and let me do a search again. There we go. So now when I did prospect is already, we see we're finding stuff in activity, finding stuff in history, each one of these. Now, if we wanted to actually go to the record, we have our contact or our account record there, and I can click right on the hyperlink that brings me to that record. And here I can look at either the activity. Remember, we searched in activities also. So it could be in activities, or it could be in the notes in history that phrase is located. If I go back there again to my speed search and prospect is already, brings us right back to that screen again. Now if I look in, and you see it's showing me where that's used in each one of these highlighted in yellow. If I go back to the advanced here again, we can choose where we're looking in. I'm looking in all these different areas. We can also choose our search method, whether we're going to match on all words, on any word, the exact phrase, or Boolean, and, or not. So if you have any questions about, well, what does that all mean? What does root mean? What does thesaurus mean? We can always use our help in the upper right-hand corner, that little question mark. If I click on my help, it brings me right into the help for that, and it explains all that to me. So matching on all words. This search only locates items containing all of the keywords, but they do not have to appear together. The search ignores words like and, the, and a. Then match on any word. Locates items consisting of any one of the keywords you entered. If we look down here for root of the word, this search looks for the root words in addition to any keywords you entered, containing prefixes, suffixes, or alternate verb forms. For example, they have printing there, would also search for print. Or thesauruses. It looks for synonyms. So if you enter customer, it would also look for client. So this is a good little help screen for you to access if you're in question of what any of these things mean when you're using the advanced speed search. Let me go back there again. Back on my speed search again here. And what we're looking in, we can choose again. If I just choose contact and account, and then choose, let me see, activity, and we also want to look in history, which we have there. And I could type in something like next week. So you're looking for terms that you've used in your notes in history in the past that you're looking for. Now, if you were just looking up an account or contact, I probably wouldn't use the speed search. But if I'm trying to search notes or things like that, that's when I would come into the speed search and actually look. Here we go. I've got a bunch of activities in history when I searched next week. And it was a phone call regarding confirmed meeting. So I could go to that contact or account again and look at the notes on that activity and find the note that I'm looking for here. So speed search, very useful tool. Make sure that it's set up correctly before you start using it. That, of course, would be done by your administrator. There's also a SpeedSearch service that if you did get an error, that's probably the first thing I'd do is restart that service on the server to make sure your speed search is running correctly. I want to thank you all for joining me this afternoon, and have a great day.